Listen and practice.
Jake got out a piece of paper. Then he found a paintbrush and 4 colors of paint. He had red, yellow, blue, and white. He painted a red boat floating on blue water. He painted a yellow sun peeking through white clouds. "I need orange for my picture," said Jake. He mixed some of the red with some of the yellow. It made a nice shade of orange. "That's better," said Jake, "but I need green too." He mixed some of the yellow with some of the blue. It made a nice shade of green. "That's better," said Jake. "What about purple? I need purple as well." He mixed some of the blue with some of the red. It made a nice shade of purple. "Much better," said Jake. "Now I'm ready to paint a rainbow."
Listen and practice.
There once was a little boy whose brother and sister were good at sports, but he was not. This made him sad. But the boy was very good at helping people. He worked very hard and grew up to become a doctor. He is very happy about what he did. I know, because I was that little boy. We're all good at something.
Listen and practice.
I was born in a little house in a village near Dublin. It was a very small house, very small, and I had 10 brothers and sisters. My father was a farmer, and life was hard. My parents were very poor. They had no money. When I was 7, I went to school in the village. There was 1 class and 1 teacher, Mr. O'Sullivan. He was great. I loved school and I loved books. I wanted to go to university and become a doctor. But then, when I graduated from school, I started work on the farm. I was 16. I got married when I was 20. My husband, Cyril, was 25.
Listen and practice.
Mom, what happens to my food after I take a bite? Eddie asks. His mom smiles. Then, she says, after you chew your food and swallow it, the food pieces go down into your stomach. What happens next? Eddie likes to know more. Amazing things happen. Your stomach juices break down the food so that it can get the nutrients for your body to grow big and strong. Wow! It's like a factory, says Eddie.
Listen and practice.
Sometimes, when there is a big storm, you will see a bright flash of light in the sky. This is called lightning. When you see lightning, you will hear a big bang. That is called thunder. Thunder is loud, but it is not dangerous. Lightning might look pretty, but it is very dangerous. It is very hot, and it can start a fire. If you are outside and you see lightning, what should you do? You should get to a safe place. Go inside and stay away from trees. If you are swimming or in a boat, get away from the water. Lightning can be very dangerous. When you see lightning, remember that thunder is never far behind. Stay safe.
Listen and practice.
What can we do to make the world a better place? Many people ask themselves this question. It's easy to see why. All over the world, people are hungry. A lot of kids don't go to school. Many kids don't have parents. It seems too big. What can I do? Just asking the question means you care. What's the next step? Just do something. Anything. You might have heard about Mother Teresa. She lived in India. One day, after seeing all the hunger and poverty around her, she decided to do something about it. So she spent her life helping to feed many hungry people. She worked day and night trying to make the world a little bit better. She once said, "If you cannot feed 100 people, then feed one person." This is good advice. Think about it. What did she mean? There is always a way, but it's up to us to find it.
Listen and practice.
Before Irene was born, her mom and dad bought a soft yellow blanket for her. To them, it was just a blanket to keep the baby warm. The first day Irene came into this wonderful world, her mom wrapped her up in this special blanket. The little baby was very quiet, moving her tiny body from inside this big blanket. 4 months later, while Irene was sleeping, her mom washed her blanket for the first time. But when Irene woke up, she started crying. Irene's mom tried everything to calm her, but nothing worked. She checked her carefully to make sure that her little girl wasn't sick. She even checked her temperature. Nothing was wrong. So the mother held Irene in her arms and walked around the room. When she came to the window, Irene suddenly stopped crying. She saw the blanket hanging on the balcony, and her face lit up with a smile. Now her mom knew why she was crying. A couple of years later, Irene became a toddler, but her love for the blanket had never changed. One day, her mom said, "Irene, I have to wash your blanket. It's dirty and smelly." "No, no, no! I need it all the time. Never wash my blanket," Irene said loudly. "But it's too dirty. It will make you sick." "I don't think so. I will get sick without it," Irene insisted. The next day at the park, Irene had her blanket with her as usual. One of the kids came close to Irene, then ran back to his mom and cried, "Mom, that girl's blanket is so smelly. Please take me home." Irene stared at him and said, "You're wrong. My blanket smells so good." At that moment, another kid cried, "It smells awful. I don't want to play with you." Irene's mom said, "Irene, did you hear what they said? Let's go home and wash your blanket right away." Irene was still upset, but she seemed to understand a little. "Can you wash it quickly?" she asked. "Sure," Mom promised her gladly. From then on, Irene allowed her mom to wash her blanket once in a while, but not too often.
Listen and practice.
My aunt is an expert on snakes, but my friend Molly is very afraid of snakes. One day, my aunt said, "Molly, snakes are wonderful animals. Would you like to touch one?" "They are awful," cried Molly. "I would never touch a snake. Never!" "But why?" my aunt asked. "What scares you about them?" "They give me the creeps," cried Molly. "They might bite me. What scares me most is their tongues. No, 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 I will never touch a snake." My aunt explained that snakes use their tongues to smell. That made Molly laugh. "Imagine that," my aunt said. "We smell with our noses, but snakes smell with their tongues." "Sometimes we are afraid of things just because they are different," said my aunt. She took us to her laboratory. She brought out a small green snake. Molly took a deep breath. Then she touched the snake. It felt warm and silky.
Listen and practice.
Health. Our health is very important to us. People can have good jobs, money, or good looks. However, if they become sick, those things don't mean a thing. It is wonderful to feel good. Feeling good isn't just about our body. It is also about our mind and spirit. We need to feel good in every area of our life. One of the things we can do to be healthy is to get enough sleep. If we don't sleep well, or enough, it hurts our body. It is during sleep that our body restores itself. Everybody knows we should also eat good foods. We need milk products, meats, fruits, and vegetables, and breads and cereals. We shouldn't eat too much fat or sugar things either. Of course, we just shouldn't eat too much at all. Exercise is very good for both our body and mind. It is good for our heart, lungs, muscles, and bones. It gets oxygen to our brain to help us think better. It can help us be smarter. Doing things that we believe are right and good gives us peace inside. It makes us nicer people and is good for our spirit. When we do what we know is right, it helps to reduce stress, which isn't good for any part of us. When we take care of our body, mind, and spirit, we feel good all over and inside too. What a beautiful world this would be if we could all work at doing these things for ourselves and also trying to be a help to others.